What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to CFL Central, CFL content for the fans, by the fans. Now, we only have 3 games scheduled for Week 5 of the 2022 CFL season. Those matchups being Calgary-Edmonton, Ottawa-Saskatchewan, and Winnipeg versus BC. But what me and Carter are going to do for you amazing subscribers out there is we're going to break this preview down into 2 videos where we will focus heavily on the Winnipeg-BC matchup, obviously being the most important game on the schedule so far. It'll be in a separate video with its proper due diligence and time put into that conversation. So stay tuned for that. It'll most likely drop probably, I would imagine, 48 hours or 24 hours before kickoff. So stay tuned for that on Thursday or Friday. But nonetheless, we're going to keep this short and sweet, talking about Calgary, Edmonton, Ottawa, Saskatchewan. So Carter, I send it over to you. How do you feel about the rematch of the Battle of Alberta?
Well, so I really hope we get a better Battle of Alberta than we did last time. And I think we will. With Edmonton having their victory over the Ticats this past week, I got to imagine that they're going to be reinvigorated, especially having this game at home against their biggest rivals. I can't imagine that Edmonton is not absolutely just grasping at the opportunity to beat Calgary now that they've proved that they are able to put.
We're not calling them good, but yes.
Who's at least, Hamilton on paper should not be as bad as the way they've been playing. So I think we could really see a strong performance from Edmonton. I do think Calgary still takes it. I think it's very close. However, I easily think the Elks can have this one as well.
I agree, my friend. I think that this is going to be a really close matchup. I would not bet the point spread on this, and if you're looking for a bit of an advantage on the money line, I'm taking Edmonton if I'm betting, and I'm taking Edmonton in my predictions too. Edmonton has been bad this season, but you're coming off a win against a team that you were not expected to beat, 29-25 in a close game, and now you're playing Calgary, your biggest rival, arguably, at home. It just screams to me a game that they could finally really get some momentum going. Now, I'm not saying that Edmonton's going to turn it around to be a juggernaut of the West, but rebuild. I think that this is going to be a momentum kind of swing for them these next couple games, and I think it will kind of set the tone for the rest of the season, whether it be tank and crap or mediocre, and I don't see the Elks as complete shit. I see them as mediocrity, so I can see them putting 2 wins together in this situation, especially at home against Calgary, not to mention the fact that Calgary's coming off of a bye week, and Calgary off of a bye week sometimes isn't the best in the past, so yeah, I think that this will be a really good matchup to start off the week on Thursday, and I'm taking Edmonton over the Calgary Stampeders.
All right. So I think that'll lead us into our next game, though.
And final game. It's so weird only talking about
and
2.
Final game of this video. I know, it seems so strange. The Ottawa Redblacks versus the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Yeah, this is going to be a really fun game, Carter. I think that Ottawa has really gotten the short end of the draw the last few games. You know, it
has to be now.
If Ottawa doesn't win now, I am genuinely concerned, because it's not at this point. It's not about having a team that's not good.
Everything they need.
It's about having it's about having the clutch genes. You know what I mean?
Zoli has played awesome,
and
he really has.
And the team can't do anything to bail him out or help him out at times, and that's a huge problem.
Team
and
has to band together for him.
I'm taking Ottawa in this game. I had a gut feeling a couple weeks ago that Montreal would finally bounce back after a couple bad losses, and again, ironically, it was against Saskatchewan that the game I called for Montreal, and I'm taking Ottawa in this game again. I know it's at home for Saskatchewan. I know Saskatchewan is just coming off of a 41-20 victory over the Alouettes, but that game was kind of ugly at times. And other than the third, if you take the third quarter out, it's a much closer game than you think. So one quarter of football won them that game, and Montreal still held up their end of the bargain. Did the best they could in the first half.
For sure, and you kind of covered a lot of things I was hoping to cover, but even not looking necessarily at the score, Saskatchewan, they played good last week, but not overly dominant as they sometimes can. They didn't,
especially on an Alouettes team that has injuries.
Put up their best foot that they could last game. And I think Ottawa's, if I'm on the Red Blacks, I'm pissed. I am pissed. Even though you played the back-to-back champs twice and you played the Lions once, who are red hot, if I'm on the Red Blacks here, it's like I want to win at least one of those games. And now playing Saskatchewan, who they're a good team, but they're not red hot. They're not the defending back-to-back cup champs. Now is the time. There's no excuse for it. Ottawa needs a win. I'm taking the Red Blacks this week.
I'm taking the Red Blacks as well, and I think it'll be a very close game too. I don't think it's a blowout, but
this is more about Ottawa than it is about Saskatchewan.
Absolutely, this is going to be this. If I don't take Ottawa in this, I would just feel like a chump because this has to be their week. It's going to be a really interesting week of football, though, because you've got only 3 games slated, and they're all really good matchups. You have a Battle of Alberta, 2 tough teams in Saskatchewan and Ottawa that haven't met yet. And then the game of the year so far. Now, it's not going to be the game of the year of the whole year, probably, but at this point, this will be the game of the year. Even if it's a field goal battle, it'll be a game of the year because this is the battle to determine who stays undefeated and top of the West. That's a huge thing right now.
Top of the league, my friend. Top of the league.
Absolutely, but let's be real. We knew it was going to be the Bombers at the top of the league going into the season. Any other fan is just going to be a jealous guy that we won 2 back-to-back cups. The Lions are the biggest surprise here. So the fact that they're in the same division too, that's why I'm so excited for this because you're going to be having a battle for the number 1 in the West that we haven't seen in a couple of years because Saskatchewan isn't going to come close to what BC is, and I'm calling that right now. So I think it's going to be a hell of a week of football.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to talk about the Lions Bombers game in depth with you, my friends. So, ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned for that. Turn on notifications if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching from both me and Carter. As always, we hope you enjoy this. Let us know what your predictions are for Week 5 of the CFL's 2022 season down in the comment section below. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and check out all the affiliated links down in the description below. Have a great rest of your day. Go Lions, go. Go Bombers, go. Riders, you suck. Have a good one, and bye-bye.